It Up is extremely happy to announce our new partnership with PSL City Tickets. You could follow them on all social media platforms at PSL City Tickets. And stay tuned as we will have tickets to give away for sporting events, including tailgating. Visit pslcity.net to get the best tickets in your city today.
Now, it's the hottest podcast in the world. From WWE to TNA by way of the NWA. It's referee Brian Hebner, legendary WWE referee and Mr. Refin Rant himself, Jimmy Corderas, and OVW and TNA senior official Daniel Spencer. It's time for Refin' It Up.
Welcome back to Refin' It Up. I'm RJ, Jimmy, Daniel, Brian. How we doing, guys?
Okay, hold on. Almost there. They're just about okay, done. All Out is finally over.
Okay. They just did it. Wow. All right. Well, I guess it was a better response than last week, I guess, Jimmy.
I guess. I don't know.
We don't remember. How you doing, Jimmy? Good.
Last week, yeah, that was interesting. That one. He said great.
I said
Great.
great.
Yeah.
And this week, after watching
I think we're
all
both-
that
I think
wrestling,
we're both doing good.
And by the way, guys, if you can't tell, Daniel is on the road again. Yeah, so we'll bear with us with him, but we'll do the best we can. But yes,
More than usual, right, Brian?
yes. Well, let's not get crazy. But no, what a very, very busy. Oh,
all right.
sorry. Busy weekend of wrestling. Yeah. So
Wow.
Yes.
Tell me how you really feel. But
I will.
we will do that in our first count right here on Refin' It Up.
This is your one count.
Brian, as you alluded to, and so did Jimmy, but it was a very busy weekend. We had AEW All Out in Jimmy's neck of the woods because, while he was camping out waiting to get ringside seats. There was also WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis, Indiana. All in all, it's great to see. A lot of people will say, Brian, that they're counter-programming. It's great if you're a wrestling fan. You get to see wrestling from 3 to basically 11 o'clock at night.
I mean, yeah, it is. It is. I'll just say this. I'm glad the weekend's over because I'm glad AEW's pay-per-view is finally over. I'm also glad that we don't have to keep saying WrestlePalooza because that's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard of in my life. But I'm not trying to be negative. All I'm saying is it's just so much that AEW. What was it? 5 hours if you count the pre-show 6 or something like that, or
Yeah, something like that.
okay. I mean that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. But I will say the crowd stayed there for it. They were up. I didn't feel like there was dead sections of that show. Did you guys feel that way at all? I felt like it was that they were into it.
there were moments. It's for the most part, they were there. Toronto is a good wrestling crowd. I'm not just saying that because I'm from here.
No, it
but
is.
It is a good wrestling crowd, and they showed up. What did they have? 13,000 there. And
I can look it up real quick.
it doesn't matter how many were actually sold or given away, whatever. The fact is, 13,000 fans showed up. It looked nice. It looked good on TV. For the most part, they were with it. There were some lulls. It's not Lyon, France, where they just chant all day long. But, they were there.
They had 12,034 tickets were distributed, according to WrestleTix.
Say so 13,000 roughly.
So,
But
and
no,
but
it's just
but it's good. We're talking this just under 18,000 seat arena. It was Scotiabank, right, Jimmy?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I mean, like uh, for hockey, it's different setup. Obviously, basketball's a different
Yeah.
setup. You know, the stage kills so many seats on the end.
Yeah.
But again, that's a good outing, especially considering it is. You guys, let me know. Is All Out one of their major pay-per-views?
I'm assuming it is one of their
Yeah.
major pay-per-views. Yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
all
All
right.
Out, All In
Hmm.
are considered two of their top. I guess what would their best? What would their mania be? What's their mania?
I think All In.
I
All
think it's
In.
all in. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
I think. I don't quote me on that. If anybody's out there, don't get in a tizzy because I got it
Well, their
wrong.
first, the first ever event, they were not counting the first ever All In, but the first ever event was Double or Nothing. So I feel like Double or Nothing had
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one of them.
Okay.
Memorial Day weekend. I feel like that's their name. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If they
So
had made, I mean, although they had an All In Texas, and All In USA,
So
Yeah.
Tony Khan, I just looked it up, referred to Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear, and Revolution as being the promotion's quote big four pay-per-views.
say that again. Say that one more time.
Tony Khan
Mhm.
referred to Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear, and Revolution as being the promotion's big four pay-per-views, and then later naming Big Five with the addition of All In.
Okay. So All Out and All In are in there
Right.
4 or 5.
Which
So
pretty
wait a
much is
minute.
their five biggest
Okay.
domestic
So
shows of the year.
so he added All In later, but All In is the one where he's had the largest audience in
Right.
Hmm.
the promotion's
Right.
history.
In
Right.
U.S.
well, and
And
the reason why he had it All In later was because All In he didn't own the rights to All In until he bought ROH. Because that was an ROH name.
Right.
They had the rights
okay.
to it.
Gotcha.
Right.
And
Gotcha.
that when that first show happened, it was an ROH production, even though it was ran by the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. It was an ROH production. They owned the rights to the show, the first ever show, and the naming rights. That's why they had to call it All Out. Because All In they didn't own it. Now he owns All In because he bought ROH. So,
So let's do this if we can. If real quick, and then we'll jump on WrestlePalooza into that too. Um, I'm going to start first since it's going to be something I want to do, just because.
Hmm.
Um, I want to highlight the 3 matches that I think stood out to me, and want you guys to either feel off that or have your own 3. Uh, I did like the FTR Cope Cage match. I thought that was a good match. I thought storyline wise was good. I just felt like, I really think FTR is amazing. I really do. I know it's overstated by a lot of people, but I just do. I think um, that was the only way to start that show there, in my opinion, too. I think they started with the right, match, if you will. Um, I thought the Mercedes and Riho match was really good. Rio is pretty damn good, man. She's pretty damn good. She might be one of the better workers out there. Um, and then last, other than the little things that we always talk about, which I won't go there, I'm just going to be positive. Um, I did enjoy the Hangman match. I did, but there were some things that could have been done differently that would have made it a little bit better. But otherwise, I think those were the 3 that stuck out to me. There was a lot of things that stuck out to me, but not in a positive light. But overall, I think the pay-per-view was decent. But again, it was just too long for me. That's my 3. Whoever wants to go next can go.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right. No, those 3 were good choices. You're right. I think Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. If you'd have taken maybe 10 minutes off that match and kind of trimmed down the Gaga on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't need to be that long.
Right.
Especially considering, yes, I get the whole argument about Kyle Fletcher. He's the future. He's the future. Yes, but you had the pivot here. I'm assuming it's because The idea was to put Wardlow there, but Wardlow got hurt upon his return, so they had to pivot. They had to call an audible, and they went with Kyle Fletcher, which I think was a mistake. It's not because I don't believe in Kyle Fletcher. I just think it was the wrong place for him at the wrong time.
So are you saying Wardlow himself?
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Kyle Fletcher, he is your TNT champion. Why
Correct.
not focus on that belt? I don't get this fascination with having to have a title versus title, whatever the case may be, a champion versus champion match. It doesn't matter where it is. I'm not a big fan of it, especially if both titles are not at stake. It doesn't make sense to me. And if one is considered a mid card title, so to speak, and the other one's your world championship, yes, I know everybody wants to eventually be world champion, but at the same time, if you're a champion, a lesser champion, and I get you guys get what I mean by that. Because
Jimmy, by the way, not taking context away from what you're saying and what I said, I was simply talking about
yeah, no,
not that made sense. I was saying it was a good match that stood out to me. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. No, I agree. Like I said, I think it would have been much better if it was just trimmed down a little bit. That's all. Other things that stood out to me, like you said, from a positive light, CNC Wrestling Factory against FTR. I thought that was a good story. Seeing Beth come back, Beth Copeland.
That was awesome.
Nice little story there happening. I was very impressed with the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet with the Gates of Agony or whatever they're called now. I thought that was an interesting match. I think MVP should get a shout out for doing business the right way because that's what he wants to do. He wants to elevate talent, and I thought that helped them out a lot. I things I didn't get. Um, I don't get the Chris Statlander.
Me either.
That didn't make sense to me, especially in a four-way situation where you have ways of. You could have done it where, yeah, look, poor Tony Storm had to deal with three other women and got beat down, and that's what happened. But with a roll-up in that situation, didn't help either one of them, and the crowd told you everything you needed to know. You talked about were there low moments in the crowd. It wasn't that shock. You know, sometimes when the crowd gets quiet from a shock moment,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
this was more quiet. Like, really? That was the feeling I got. That's what I felt coming across my TV. I don't know if you guys felt it differently.
Well, Jimmy, do you feel like? Let me ask you this: do you feel like after you take a uh, second rope DDT and some other crazy stuff, and you get a 1-2 kick out and then a match, and this is typically something that AEW does. Okay, no disrespect. This is just they do high spots that are just false finishes, and then a match finishes with a roll up. Don't you think it just takes all that away, and that's why it's like that?
It depends on how you set it up, how you set up the roll up. If it's like you go through all of that rigmarole and then you do a chain thing and then you just roll up 1, 2, 3, in that scenario, it doesn't work. If you watch Monday Night Raw this past week with Rhea Ripley and Asuka,
Mm-hmm.
that was basically a small package type roll up thing finish as well. But the way it was set up with Kari Sane trying to interfere, it backfiring, and then Rhea sneaks a quick one in, and then Asuka right away gets pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. See, in that on the Monday night one with Rhea and Asuka, it worked, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation, I don't. In the four-way on Saturday, I don't think it worked, and that's why the confusion with the crowd. And I just, no offense against Chris Statlander, she's good, but the crowd wasn't into her. Where's the backstory there, other than the fact that she used to be champion way back when?
Are they trying to show that now Tony Storm has this beef that it took 4 women to beat her kind of gimmick? Is that where we're going, I think?
Well,
and have someone to chase?
That would have been good if they told that story, but I don't think they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Dan, you got anything to add before we move on, or?
I mean, unfortunately, I didn't see nothing but a clip, and I just want to give a shout out to Edge, Adam Copeland, for paying homage to the
John,
GOAT, who is John Cena.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to see him do that, and the crowd loved it, and they went nuts as they should. And um, moments like that are just, are what it's all about. So shout out to him for doing that.
Who in the hell would
Absolutely.
have thought at an AEW pay per view people there would be chanting Cena?
You
Uh,
can't see me. A home crowd did it. I was like, this is great.
It's
yeah. Well.
crazy.
Yeah. Well,
But you did see Cena do the spear on
yes.
SmackDown. So
And he
that's
set it
what
up. He
prompted
set it
this.
up the exact same way Edge would.
No, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
He did exactly a couple of weeks ago against Sami Zayn. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
Edge did it. So it all makes sense. But shout out for him to do it, and he did it. He
Sure.
did it right, and he did the full thing with the 5 second shuffle, and the attitude adjustment. Like he did the whole scenario. And I thought
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
cool.
And I'll also say hats off to Tony Khan for allowing his talent to do that and put
Right.
over a WWE talent. I mean,
Yeah.
I will hats off.
Absolutely. But again, he's the
Absolutely.
greatest of all time, so you got to acknowledge the greatest.
And why
Of
would you not?
course.
Of course.
But I do have to give a shout out to the commentary team who didn't say a peep throughout
No.
that whole scenario.
No.
They laid out. They didn't know how to react.
They didn't know what to do.
I know they were like, "Do we say
Excalibur, have you ever heard him quiet?
No.
something?" No, he usually talks over everybody.
He was mute.
Don't say a word. But good transition as any to move to WrestlePalooza, and let's talk about that opening match we saw with said John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Guys, Brian, man, you worked with Brock quite a bit there on SmackDown. I'm pretty sure, Jimmy, you probably had a run in with him once or twice, I'm assuming.
Oh, even in dark matches, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But he absolutely obliterated John Cena to the fact where it even had my wife was watching it with us, and she even popped. She's like, "Holy crap! He beat the shit out of him."
He did.
Mhm.
He did.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. I think it's great. I really do. We're going to get to something later in the show, so I'm not going to touch on that. But I think that there's reasons for this, and they make sense. And John's on his way out the door, guys. All right, he's on his way out the door. We all know that. Sadly, he is. Brock has got years left, and I just didn't have a problem with it. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it. People are going to laugh at me. They go, "Oh, you're garbage. You just like bullshit. And you're just going to put WWE over." No, I'm not putting WWE over. The story to me makes sense if it happens the way it's supposed to happen down the road. If it does, if it doesn't, you're right. I'm sorry. I think I know where this is going. I think I know where it should go. This made complete sense. And this gets a guy that's going to be there when John's gone over like Rover because he is Brock Lesnar. And Brock does what he wants, how he wants, and it made sense. Jimmy?
No, I didn't have a problem with it. And I know some people had an issue with John Cena basically walking out on his own steam. He was still selling, but at the same time, he walked out on his own steam after 5 F5s. I think it was 5.
Mhm.
Or something like
Give
that.
her something like that.
I
I
have a
didn't
problem
have
with
a
that.
problem with him kind of struggling to get out of the ring on his own. I just wish there was a little more to it than that. I'm not saying he had to do a stretcher job. I'm not saying that everybody should have been like carrying him like to the back, but there should have been something more there. I wish I would have seen a little bit more from them in that regard. But it for me, it's just the match itself. I didn't have a problem with. I didn't have a problem with it at all. I like the story. I'm like you, Brian. I'm gonna wait and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes in the good direction, I think I know what you're thinking. I think I know.
You do. Me and you have the same wavelength for some reason.
And we'll see. We'll see if it goes in that direction.
But if it does go in that direction, Jimmy, him going out on his own, walking out of the ring, selling makes sense because he's fighting up. He's
Mhm.
we'll get there later in the show.
He's hulking up, if you will.
Uh-huh. Where are you at, Daniel? Are you still with us, brother?
Oh yeah, I'm listening. I'm right there. I mean, I'm not against Brock Lesnar doing what he did. I think it's great. I think it's going to make sense. It may not make sense now, but it will make sense when it's all said and done. And I'm just interested that maybe we'll get into this later, but you know, for the next pay-per-view Crown Jewel, he's got a phenomenal opponent. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's a shift, but I think it's going to tie into everything again still with Wagner. So
So we all agree on something. Holy crap.
Well, there's a first for everything, I
Mark
guess.
mark
And
that
we'll
down,
rate
RJ.
we're gonna write that down instead of you not drinking for a day. Uh, but was there anything else? It was a full card. Was there anything else that uh stuck out for you, whether it be uh Punk, the mixed tag with Punk AJ taking on Seth and Becky, or was it the Cody Drew match? Was there anything else that stuck out for you guys, Jimmy?
Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky had a hell of a match.
They did.
Oh, for the world title, yeah.
For the world title, new champion Stephanie Vaquer, and I, I'm starting to feel, I'm starting to feel bad for Drew.
Me too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I'm just. Don't get me wrong. Is it the right time for Cody? No, I don't think it's the right time. But at the same time, Drew has been the quintessential heel for how long now? And he just can't win
Since
the big
Punk
ones.
came back.
Right. Like he did have his moment at WrestleMania where he won the title, but guess what? We got the cash in really quick
Mm-hmm.
because of Punk. And he's always he's knocking on that door. He's always knocking on that door. But for some reason, nobody's letting him in. Maybe he has to break that damn door down.
Do you think he's got the LA Knight curse at this point? Like, I mean, people are not believing in either one of these two, even though they like both of them. I mean, now one's a heel and one's a baby, but maybe not.
Maybe.
But anyway, maybe, and maybe that could be the best thing ever. But what I'm saying is,
Sure.
I alluded to this last week. I mean, like, LA Knight has got the it factor. Like, he's got it. If WWE wanted to put the strap, like the rocket on his back, he could be that guy. He could be the face of the company. Same with Drew as a heel. It's just I think that the fans are not taking it. Like, in other words, you're not going to take Drew right now where he's at and put him with anybody and anybody care and think that he's going to do anything with it. That's gone. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know though. I feel like I get what you're saying with Drew. I think he's where he's at and he knows the spot and it's time will come and get later on. But like LA Knight though, I feel like he's got the fans behind him and he's not. I don't see him I don't see him struggling or anything like that. I think he's got the rocket strapped on him. I mean, it's just a matter of there's only so many titles and so many players, right? So it's just a matter of when he's gonna take that position.
Right.
All I'm saying, Daniel, is you know what? The fans have been very, very supportive through what he's going through as far as wins and losses per se. All I'm saying is I can see on TV that it's becoming less and less. It's still there. Don't get me wrong. It's not the big, huge pop that he was once getting. And I think that as a fan, and I'm a fan of his, I'm a huge fan. And I'm like losing like confidence that he's really a threat to win a match that's big. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. But you're right. He's still not losing ground. It's weird. I don't know.
If you guys are good, I'm going to move on. I wanted to hit on one more thing before we go up to our Refin review this week, because this news came out, I believe this was yesterday or Monday, is that Mickie James was announced to being going to be inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame at Bountiful Glory on October 12th in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Woo-hoo!
Somebody that all three of you guys know very well, worked with, rightfully so, and definitely has earned it.
Absolutely.
Well, who do you want to kick
Yeah.
this to?
Yeah.
Whoever. I'm just gonna toss that softball out there and see who hits out of the park.
I'll tell you what, Daniel, you're in TNA still at this moment and in the focal point. Go.
she's the GOAT in women wrestling right now, of all time, based on her career. So why not? Why she should? This is a no-brainer. WWE should have done this last year, year before for them too as well. So she goes into our Hall of Fame, and why not induct her with Stephanie at the same time and have a powerful women lineup for the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame? Like this is good. Like it's not now's the time. Mickie James is the best person in the ring, out of the ring. She's phenomenal. So I know somebody else called himself phenomenal, so I won't. She's great. So super happy for her. I can't wait. I'm excited. Can't wait to see her in a couple of weeks. And yeah, let's go.
You just said something, Daniel, that made me go,
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Stephanie,
I saw it
as
in
you
your
said,
face.
Stephanie, as you said, is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year, next year in
Yeah.
Las Vegas at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Mickie James is getting inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame at Bound for Glory on October 12th.
Mhm.
Well earned, not deserved, earned. She was a game changer. And if would happen where she would be also inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame and become a two-time Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
Maybe this next Hall of Fame for the WWE at WrestleMania could be like WWE Evolution Hall of Fame, where it's an all-women inductee.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mhm.
I mean,
Interesting.
there's definitely enough women there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For
Interesting.
sure.
I don't know if
Well, I'll say this, guys. Um, if you don't know, you will know. She is down here in the neck of the woods in Virginia. She's not presently, but she was. This is where she grew up. She lived right down the road from another Hall of Famer in TNA. I mean, literally right down the road. So we have two Virginia inductees into the Hall of Fame at TNA. And
Hey, that other Virginia Hall of Famer. Is he it's somebody close to you and close to my heart too, right?
yes, the one you have a blow up doll with. Yes,
Oh, jeez.
that would
Can
be
you
my
imagine
father.
Can you imagine Earl Hebner blow up doll?
Oh, Daniel would be the first in line to buy the damn thing.
it'd take you
Not by
forever
a
to inflate the head.
There's no telling what he would do with that thing. Um, but,
uh,
but anyway,
talk about a screw job.
And we are off the rails again. Thank you so much for tuning in this
oh,
week. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, Brian.
What we do.
that one wouldn't be worked. But anyway, but to have her go in means so much to me. Me and her are so very close, tight, and she's so deserving. Deserving. I mean, like Daniel said it too. Like she is the best outside the ring. She's the best inside the ring. I mean, I don't know how she's not in the WWE Hall of Fame as well at this point. But you know what? Jimmy, I swear, your idea is classic, brother. I really hope that does happen. And I hope someone hears that and it's a new idea for someone and they go, you know what? That makes sense. It would be awesome. She deserves it. She's never done anybody wrong. Um, my God, it's great. Now, doesn't she
You
have?
could you
Go
could
ahead.
put you could put China in by herself instead of just being with DX.
Mm-hmm.
You could I mean, man, there's so many. They'll probably put some kind of celebrity. What's her name that like wrestled at one time or a couple times at WrestleMania. The girl that was on E and like a talk show host. You could do her as a
Oh,
celebrity wing.
Manunos.
Yes, you can
You
put
could do
her in.
Sable. You could do Sable, or is
Um,
she already in?
no, I don't think Sable's in. So you could do
Mm-mm.
Sable. That makes sense. She's there. She's Brock's wife. She's there a lot. Anyways. Um, yeah, I mean that's another one. Like you could do it all in one. Yeah, that's actually a smart idea.
Yeah.
I just love it. And if Mickie, if you're listening to this or someone's telling you about this, two up, two down, VA baby, love it.
Oh boy. And there that is. Um, Guys, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a brief break, come back, and we got a jam-packed Refin review this week. So we'll take a break, come back right here on Refin It Up.
Ain't nobody from Buffalo in the TNA Hall of Fame.
This is Refin Review.
Welcome back to Refin It Up. We are in our review this week. Jimmy, man, you caught something on Raw this past week with our good buddy Spider in the Rusev. Was it the Rusev match?
Yes,
No.
Rusev and
No,
which match was it? Who's he?
it
Who's,
was
wait a minute.
it was LA Knight versus
Oh yes,
Oh,
LA Knight.
it was LA Knight. I
my bad.
misread it.
LA Knight and Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
Jey
Yes,
Uso.
my mistake.
I have it
Yes,
right on
LA
here.
Knight versus Jey Uso. On the finish. Jey Uso goes to cover LA Knight, cranks him over, and guess what happened? One of his shoulders was not down. And what did Rod Zapata do? Slide his hand in and say, shoulders not down. It was loud. It was audible. You can pick it up on TV, and that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You want
Yep.
you want everybody to know why he's not counting, because everybody's going to say, well, why isn't he counting? He's got him pinned. He doesn't have him pinned if one of the shoulders are up.
Right.
And he said it, shoulders up. And then he made sure he covered them better. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Today, you're not killing me, Spider.
Well, he probably learned that from me.
Oh, wow.
So he gets,
Wow.
yeah. Hey, Daniel, everybody has their legends and their lookup people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But no, that was a great.
Which means he learned it from you, then he learned it from Earl. Great.
Oh God. Okay. Can we go
By de
one
facto.
show without you just mentioning Earl?
Nope.
Jeez.
No, probably not.
Is your doll on you too?
No, he's not with me.
Yes. Yes. All
But he's
right.
always in his heart.
Yes, he is. He's got his teddy bear. But no, you're right, Jimmy. Great job, Rod. Great job. That was phenomenal work. Just like I taught you, brother.
Of course. Anything to add there, Daniel?
No, I mean, great. I mean, we just kind of, if you remember, we talked about referee review. We showed something where I did something similar in a match, and we talked about the importance of that shoulder's got to be up, and and it's literally like you just saw it now on a higher scale on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So it doesn't matter if it's the finish or not, like even the camera angle didn't see the shoulder up. But the bottom line is it wasn't up, and you don't know if the camera's on it or not. And Rod did the exact same. Rod did the thing you're supposed to do, and even if Jey Uso didn't like it, it didn't matter. 1, 2, 3. He finally got it down, and it's and I think I'm sure like people appreciate when you do things the right way. At least I do.
Oh, and a little
appreciate that.
message to
People do
Jey
that.
Uso, in the infamous words of Funaki, brother, don't get hot.
Don't get hot. He did used to say that.
Doing things the right way was also something that LA Knight did there at WrestlePalooza. I totally blanked on the name for a second there. When he was a
And
special,
you should blank on it.
and I
We
should,
should
yeah,
do
right. What was it? But Brian, man, his falsies during that match for the mixed tag with AJ Lee and Punk versus Seth and Becky, I'll admit, it got me a time or two.
Well, another guy trained by me. I was waiting to get a pop, but I didn't get a pop. That's all right.
Crickets.
Popsicle.
Wait, do you hear that?
I thought it was
I'm in
supposed to
church
be.
right now.
No, it was a great job. And actually, I have worked with him before as a referee. But anyway, that was back in TNA when he was Eli Drake. But anyway, yes, he did a great job. And you know, I'm not saying the falsies got me, but they were like good. They were like, yes, okay, this is good. Um, it's hard to be a wrestler and transition into our world. It is just like it would be for us to get into their world. You know what I mean? It's two different avenues. But no, a great job by him as a guest referee. And so, hey, good stuff. LA Knight, LA Knight.
Yeah.
What we see? What match was he against referee in?
The mixed tag.
The mixed tag. No, the tag match
No,
with the
Oh, it was
no,
a tag
him.
match. I'm sorry.
Vision and the Usos.
I'm sorry. Yes, I
Yeah,
misspoke. I apologize.
Jessica Carr had the missed tag. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
thought so
apologize.
too. Okay, I thought so too.
I
But still, he
apologize.
did a good job. He
Yeah,
still did a
it
good
was still a
job.
tag match. Yeah.
It doesn't take back anything I said. Okay, by the way, just letting you know.
No, it doesn't. I was really confused from it. I was like, wait, no, he didn't. He didn't do the mixed tag. But all right.
Uh,
No, he did his false finishes or his near falls were better than probably 80% of the guys I see on TV.
That's big.
well,
That's big.
Okay,
That's what she
70.
I'm just glad I'm in the 30%.
Are
I'll
you?
slide you in there, bro.
Are you in there?
Oh, I know I am. I don't have to. You don't have to tell me. I'm that confident.
At this point now,
I'm that
I have
confident.
yeah.
Yeah.
At this point now, I have so many heat with referees. What's another 20-30%?
He's
Yeah,
got
right?
that Earl. He's got that Earl Hebner confidence over there in that truck, driving down the road, poking his chest out, flexing on people. It's all good. Yeah, man.
Wait a minute. If that seatbelt strap over the shoulder gets any tighter, bro.
They're going to get new
Stuff's gonna
rental.
start popping.
They're going to get new rental trucks for him. Some big show shit.
Extra wide lat seat.
Something else that was popping was the F5 in the opening match. We briefly talked about it in our first count with Brock and Cena. But our good buddy there, Rudy Charles, Dan Angler, if that is his real name. Sorry, Daniel, I had to take it.
Hey, that's my gimmick.
Gimmick
Well,
confirmed.
actually, he doesn't go by Rudy Charles and Dan English, so you can't really pull that off. That is his real name, Dan English.
I know. I can't refer to him that way.
Wait a minute. I have
No,
a
he's
flag
Rudy.
here saying he's gonna-
To me, he's Rudy. I call him Rudy.
Yeah.
I've never called him Dan.
Right.
But oh boy, he took one hell of a bump, Brian. That's because forgive me, I can't remember if either I know Jimmy didn't take it
No.
because he's still standing upright. But you didn't take the F5, right? You took like a clothesline or something from Brock.
I have taken the F5 several times, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yes.
Just because it wasn't on TV doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's also house shows. I want to say this. This will sound negative, but it's not. It's going to be positive. I love Rudy Charles. I do. Or Dan Engler, as you WWE fans know of. But I wasn't a very big fan of his work. But I have seen so much growth and so much improvement from his TNA days to his WWE days. And I think he does a really, really solid job. And I think he did a really good, solid job selling the things that needed to be sold in this match. And I want to say he did take a fantastic F5. He put his body, laid it out flat to where he took that good, nice bump and sold the living shit out of it. And he should. He probably weighs 170, 180 pounds. If you weigh more than that, great. I'm giving you props. If you weigh less, fuck it. That's what you look like. But you did a fantastic job, Dan. I can't call you Dan. Rudy, you did a great job. And Rudy, I am now a fan of your work. I am. I really am a fan of your work. And I think you've improved so much over the years. And you know what, dude? Hats off to you because we never stop learning and we never stop improving, and you're proving that. And so I want to just say, awesome job. And I've made sure that I text the boys and said, put this on the sheet because I want to put you over. As you know, Rudy, as you know, Rod, as you know, Daniel, I don't like putting shit over. But I am this week. And Rudy, nice job, buddy. That's what I could say.
You forgot to mention that the F5 was the second best bump he took.
Well,
Did you see when Brock picked him up like a sack of
yes,
taters and
and
threw
threw
him
him
out of
out.
the ring?
I did. I
I
did.
was
Yeah.
like, "Jeez,
I was just impressed the
Who-
way he
does he owe
didn't.
you trans, Brock? What the hell?"
We used to
I'm
do
pretty
that.
sure Brock can just manhandle you regardless. I don't think Dan had to do anything but just let him do it. At that point.
Well, Jimmy, you'll remember this. This was a spot that me and Brock used to do all the time. We would pick me up by the belt loop
Yeah.
and just drop me. He picked me up as high as he could, which I didn't weigh shit then. And he would just drop me, and I would just right to the mat. And he'd go, "Count, stupid ass." And I'd just be like, "Oh."
Okay.
So he did the same thing with Rudy, and Rudy did it great. He just gave his body up. I mean, the thing that impressed me was that he didn't look afraid to take it. You could always tell when a referee's hesitant there, that hold up kind of thing. No, he just went in there. He was like, "Just do what you got to do to me," and he laid his body parallel, I guess would be a good word, while he spun him, and it was beautiful. He did a great job. He did a great job.
No doubt. So guys, we'll take a brief break here. Hear from our sponsor this week, Rugiet, and we'll come back in our second count right here on Roughing It Up. What do you get when you have a bald eagle standing on top of a silverback gorilla that is riding on top of a T-Rex? Confidence. Pure confidence. The kind of confidence that you really need in the bedroom for that next level laser wolf riding besides a velociraptor in a Lamborghini through outer space type of experience. That's where Rugiet Go Long comes in. This isn't just another ED pill. It's a confidence game changer. Go Long combines two doctor-trusted medications in one dual-action formula to help you get hard and go the distance. Plus, effects last up to 36 hours, which means you can feel confident all day and night, and then some of the next day too. Getting started is simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online at rugiet.com. That's RUGIET.com. If prescribed, your treatment ships directly and discreetly to your front door. Ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to rugiet.com and use our promo code REFIN. That's REFIN for 15% off your first order. That's Rugiet, RUGIET.com, promo code REFIN, REFIN. Make sure you use that promo code each and every time. Thanks to our friends over at Rugiet.
This is your 2 count.
Welcome back to our second count right here on Roughing It Up. Jimmy, man, we started off, we've talked a lot about John Cena on this episode, and rightfully so. He's doing some great stuff. But who, and this is for everybody, but who do you believe will be Cena's last opponent, and or who should be?
See, who should be and who will be, I don't know. That might be two different things, but coming off of what was the name of that show Saturday night again? I don't want to say it again.
WrestlePalooza.
Oof.
Okay, thank you, Tony Chimmel.
Garbage.
No, it would make sense for it to be Brock. It does make sense, but at the same time, see that now I'm conflicted. Now I'm conflicted. Who do I want to see him face? I don't know if I should. It should be Brock. Looking down the card, do you want him to go out on top with his hand raised? Do you want him to go out on his shield? What do you want?
Well, we're
I have
asking
no
you,
idea.
Jimmy. We're
I'm at a
asking
loss.
you. We're asking you.
I know you're asking me, but I'm at a loss. I'm not sure
Dan-
what I want.
Well, Daniel is nipping at the bud. I can see him. He don't wreck your truck, motherfucker.
Are you wanting me? Look, I wouldn't tell you who I think his final opponent is, or maybe but you know what? I don't know. I don't think I want to say his name right now.
Ooh.
Mm,
Hmm.
interesting.
There you go.
Interesting.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
Ah.
Hmm.
Now, now, interesting. So Daniel,
Yeah.
jobbing out.
What? No. Who's jobbing out? JC or the other J?
The other Jay.
No, JC jobs out.
Ah.
So,
Hmm.
how about this
Well,
scenario?
JC is very unselfish.
No.
Yeah,
100%.
well,
I'm leaning more towards if we're going to do this thing in DC, POTUS is going to be there. Let's assume. I think it's Brock Lesnar. I don't. You got to finish. You got to tie those knots, or untie those knots. One or the other, however you want to say it. I don't know. That Daniel, that's interesting, but I think that'll happen before his last match. That's definitely going to happen because it's been brought up and it's been raised before, and it makes sense. Also, if you're listening to or hearing dirt sheets or reading whatever, it looks like there's a transitioning period where he's moving into the uh, more so into the WWE roster, which I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not asking and don't care. I would like to be surprised like everyone else. But that would be a great way to get him there. That's for sure.
yeah.
And if he goes over, holy shit, they built a megastar.
Mhm.
So that I could see that. I could see that. I just don't think that's a money draw at this point for his last match. I just don't. Not over Brock
Who would?
Lesnar.
Well, let's put it. Let me put it this way, Brian. If it if it's his last match in DC, that in itself is a selling point. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
who's on the other side of that
Right.
equation.
Well, I agree, but but don't you still want to have it be someone else with a big name in a way? Last match, you know what I'm saying? There has to be something done before so to build to don't say his name to make
Or,
this mean
or
something.
or you could smell it.
No, no,
You
no.
don't think
It's
so?
not that one. No,
No,
No.
please
no.
no.
I would shoot that down in a heartbeat. It's not that. He's plus
Okay.
he's maybe if it was WrestleMania, maybe. That's not gonna be.
But
That's
not the
not.
rest. Okay, that's fine.
No. That I would more see him versus Roman Reigns for I was versus second.
He's breaking up,
Right.
guys, ladies and gentlemen. Hold
Yeah.
on 1 second. Let him get in the clear.
There he is.
Daniel, say that again.
I said I think it would be more him versus Roman Reigns than him versus Cena again. I see that happening. Roman
Mm.
Reigns before I would Cena.
You're talking about The Rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We lost you, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Uh,
You're good. Jimmy, you had
So
something. Jimmy, you had something. You're cooking over there. Your brain is like actually your ears have steam coming out of them. Say it. Just say it, brother.
No. As much as I would like to see uh, Daniel's idea come to fruition, uh, like you said, Brian, you have to tie up those loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
And Brock Lesnar right now is a loose end. Now, do you tie that up before his final match? And then you say, okay, and then John Cena says something along the lines of, I have one final match. It is an open challenge.
So, so remember, there's real quick. Sorry to interrupt. There's we already know Clash and or no, I'm sorry, Crown Jewel. We already know who the opponent is there. You still got Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, though, you have the last Monday Night Raw or the last Cena appearance, Monday Night Raw, and that's in Fair Garden.
Yep.
And you still got Boston Monday Night Raw appearance, and then you've got Survivor Series before Washington D.C. Saturday's main event. So those can that that's other all those other ones can tie into events, maybe even Survivor Series before you
mhm.
get the final now. So you could clear out the Brock Lesnar and finish that story at Survivor Series or at one of those Raws, you know. So
You don't think though that they would be involved in a Survivor Series match? You know what I mean?
No, I think seeing the Survivor Series match is a one-on-one match. I don't think it's a Survivor Series style match or war. Well, now they do war games anyway, so I don't think he's in war games. I mean, although Cena's never been in war games before, so
Who knows?
there's you could say there's one of those he gets added something to his list of accolades.
All right, so let's quickly go back real quick. All right, he has literally how many more appearances?
Four,
5.
five, five, yeah, five,
Five.
Got
Five.
five. Okay. And in those 5 appearances, name them again, Daniel, that he's obviously going to be part of.
Crown Jewel,
Okay.
Raw in New York City, Raw in Boston, Survivor Series, and then Washington D.C. Saturday Night's main event.
Okay, so where would you tie this Brock Lesnar not up? Where would you where would this be cleared up?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Yeah.
If anything,
Okay,
Survivor Series.
all right, so that's the last one before his last match.
Correct.
Okay, so if we think about it in chronological order, how many months between Survivor Series, which is in November, not months, but days, November to December the 13th, I believe, right?
Like 2 weeks.
That's not enough to get Joe in there, man, in my opinion. I don't know how you do it because he's got no more appearances.
What? Yeah, you do. The person that does it is his opponent, and how viral he is on social media. Social media alone is going to do it that way. I mean, the match with Cena Cena and AJ Styles, Cena was tweeting about him this week, and then Triple H just announced it on Twitter that's his opponent. There was never nothing on TV or anything. So, like, you don't even need if you're going with somebody that's as viral as him, you definitely can use social media to get it over. You don't even need TV.
Right. Okay. Hey, look, I love the idea. I just want it to make sense. That's all. I love it. And I do think you're right. I think it will happen. I just don't know if it's going to be the last appearance.
But again, it could be those other 2 Raws. Who knows?
I think the Raw would be the setup.
Okay, let's see that. Yeah.
That would make sense.
So
But anyway.
Something that all 4 of us use on a regular basis, something that pretty much everybody in the world uses is social media. We've seen the likes of like Drew McIntyre use social media, Joe Hendry being another one using social media as a positive. We've seen people sometimes turns into be a negative thing, but Jimmy, man, how can wrestlers use social media for the positive and the and sometimes turn into negatives?
He is muted, guys, and
There we go.
Yeah.
That's me again. Sorry. that raccoon's got me frazzled over here.
do we need to push do we need to put you in the truck with Daniel or what? I mean,
No, I need to get my raccoon repellent. But anyways, as far as social media, obviously it could be a big plus for somebody who is trying to promote themselves as a brand, promote the brand they work for, especially if you work for a company and that sort of thing. But you can also create a problem if you don't use the social media properly. I'll give you an example, and I'm sure he'll probably find me and unblock me and come at me again, or not again, but anyways. After the All Out pay-per-view on Saturday, Hangman was asked a question in the press conference about how he feels about the counter programming and that sort of thing. So he made a great reply about how the locker room is focused on themselves. They're focusing on doing what they do, basically saying, we're not listening to that noise. We're doing our own thing. And that's great. But then again, what do you get every day? And I'm going to call him out, Ricochet. On Twitter, constantly, what he does is so negative that it's turning people off. And it sounds so petty what he's doing because, You got a company that's speaking out of both ends of their mouth. You got one guy over here saying, "Listen, we're not concerned about the WWE. We're just doing our own thing. We're focused on that. Our locker room is focused on that." And this guy over here, that's all he talks about are the other guys. So which
Hmm.
is it? Shouldn't be concerned. Wow.
To me, I would just tell you this: social media, um, twice throughout the longevity that I've had Twitter and Instagram. Instagram, not so much, but gotten in a little bit of trouble. Not trouble, but like gotten a little bit of heat and fired up because of my strong, values and opinions that I have. And I'll just say this: I've learned from them. Um, and as Jimmy said, it's a great tool for promoting yourself, promoting things that you're involved in, promoting upcoming events for yourself, yada yada yada. Um, if people stick to those morals, I think that social media can be very, very enhancing for a person that's in the business. But I just also think that we as humans don't have enough, uh, I guess, restraint to hold back our strong views and opinions. And that's what makes social media bad. And it's not just, people of fame. It's not just people that are just on there behind their mother's basement. None of that stuff. It's basically, in a nutshell, being refrained is the hard thing to do. Getting on there and just putting what you want is easy to do without thought. And then the thought seems to come after. You know what I mean? So it's like you put it out there and then it's out there. It's done. You can delete it all you want, but somebody's going to capture a screenshot. You're going to be held reliable or responsible for the opinions you had that were maybe uh, too harsh or whatever they may be. Everybody's a fucking baby in today's world. So you're always going to hurt people's feelings. That's why me as a person, I've decided to back off of all my social medias, use them when I'm supposed to be using them or when I find them appropriately. But again, what's appropriate for people is not appropriate for others. So you're never going to appease anybody anyway. So in a way, it's just like, I don't know. It's in a way, it's almost like you can have that phase of just fuck them, do what you want to do. But then again, then you got to catch the ramifications. I don't know. It's a toughy situation. And honestly, I think the way I'm handling it at this point in my life is the right way. But it is a very good tool to be used to help put yourself over, get yourself over, figure out where you're at, what you're doing, yada yada. But guess what? I'm not doing shit. So it's easier for me because I don't want nobody to come see me. I don't want nobody to come find me. I don't want nothing. All I want you to do is listen to my show and let us entertain you. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's just how I feel.
I think that squirrel actually got into, or the woodchuck
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah. The squirrel, they're killing me.
Raccoon.
Yeah. But really quickly before Daniel jumps in here, I just wanted to emphasize though, there's a difference because Brian, for you, you're not you're not working for a company.
I am not.
You're not signed to a company.
I
I'm
am
not
not.
signed to a company. I don't get a check from anybody. So anything I say online falls back on me. Anything you say online falls back on you. When you represent a company because you're signed by them, whatever you say online also reflects back on them.
Well, that's when I.
Look what
Well,
happened. Look what happened with Jimmy Kimmel recently.
yep. Well, that's when I'm
You
getting my
can you
heat.
can you can
That's
you can argue whether what he said was crossing the line. You can say it wasn't even close to crossing the line. Whatever your opinion is on that, the fact is he works for a company that thought, you know what he said is not what we want on our television set. So guess what? We're going to suspend him indefinitely. He's coming back. That's not the point. The point is anything you say when you are assigned to a company, there are ramifications.
I'm gonna say
yeah.
this. I mean, you made a good point. It basically goes like this. It's like, you can take it and, anything you say can be used against you. can be used against you at any time, any place. So just, be mindful what you say, think wisely. You know, if you're going to tweet something and my thing is, if you're going to tweet something, put something on social media, and you're like, and you question, should I post this? Then you get your answer. The answer is no. If you questioned it that moment, the answer is no, immediately. And then, just remember, there's if you're if you're in the social media world too, or if you're in the wrestling world or whatever, trying to have an audience and trying to build a brand, um, there's people on each side of different things. I'm not talking political, just anything. Whatever, each side of things, whether it be people like peanut butter, people hate peanut butter, whatever it may be. There's people on both sides, and just remember, try to stay neutral because you're building a brand. Because people that also don't like peanut butter, people that like peanut butter still want to buy your product. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So something I did want to hit on before we close shop tonight, Brian, is that the PWI does their top 500 every year, different times of the year depending on what criteria they have. But uh, we posted something this afternoon or yesterday as you're listening. If there should be a PWI 500 ask ranking system for referees. It's something that we've kind of talked about before to kind of give a lot of these current referees the flowers that they deserve.
Yeah. I think honestly, this is a great idea. I think this is something that we are going to do. We're going to come up with our criteria. That's going to be very fair, unbiased. And between a current referee, a referee recently current, and a legend referee, I think that we have the landscape of where the ranking system would be fair, correct? And also use some sources of research for some of these indie referees, which we respect greatly. And obviously, TV referees that are on bigger products, such as your WWE, AEW, TNA. We can also involve the NWA, MLW, GCW, all of these outfits. And maybe even get into, I don't know if the weeds get too deep, but maybe even get to some of the overseas wrestling, New Japan, stuff like that.
Right.
But yes, this is something we're very serious about. We are talking about it. This is in the first stages of fruition, if you will. But I think it's something that would be really cool. And this is something we do annually. And I'm sure it would piss some people off. I'm sure it would make some people happy. I'm sure mixed emotions will be around. I had a guy tweet me today who said that he wouldn't know the names of 50 referees. Well, brother, no disrespect to you, but you don't know 500 names that were on that list of the PWI 500. So let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So
And,
maybe their names you will know and you'll research. Like me, there was names on there I didn't know that probably a lot of people know.
and that's the positive thing I want to say about the PWI 500. Like, it comes out every year. Yes, it's a fake list or whatever, and people, like Logan Paul's not on the list apparently. Logan Paul we know is a draw. He's an amazing talent, but he's not on the list. And should he be? I don't know. You can argue he should be, maybe not, or whatever. But it's like, obviously there's people that, but then you have like a Cody Rhodes being number one. Well, of course Cody Rhodes should be number one. Things like that, right? There's all this subject, but one of the things that I always, say is there's a lot of people when I read the list that sometimes I even being in the industry, I even find out like, oh wow, I didn't realize, that's, or even I'll see their picture, I didn't know that was their name, or vice versa. I don't know who this is. I look them up. Oh, okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. They're, and they see their number, you know, 55 or whatever. And you're like, hey, why is this person 55? And then you read the criteria, you read why there's reason why they're ranked or whatever, and you're like, okay. But it's always, I think it's very good to alert what's out there, what's going on. And so with the referees, since this is a referee show, I always see the argument every year when this comes out about, you know, I've seen people say we should do the 500 referees, but not that many, and not even 100. I think 50 is a good number. And why not rank all the ones? There'd be a criteria we would come up with for all the current refs and who should be, where and why and all that, and then we'll put it out there, and then maybe we'll have a lot of feedback on it. I don't know. Maybe Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Maybe hey PWI. Maybe you want to get involved and put in your magazine. Why not? Let's do it.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I'm looking down you're right though. Some of the names on here, I can't believe some of the placement for it. I can't believe Serial Man is number 500.
I don't know who.
Cereal Man?
Serial Man is number 500.
Well, I'm sure that guy that tweeted me knows exactly who he is.
Yeah. Does he know who number 475 is? Cheeseburger?
Oh,
I know who Cheeseburger is.
There you
Cheeseburger,
go.
like ROH fan.
Right. And his partner, Fries. Sorry, sweet potato fries. Sorry, I forgot that.
And they're managed by Strawberry Shortcake.
No, Hamburglar.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
Again, for everybody who gets all up in arm over these things, you know what? These are subjective lists.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy, do you have the list in front of you?
I'm actually looking at it right now. Believe it or not.
Okay, do me a favor.
Right.
Find Randy Orton.
32.
32.
Yes.
Can you name a few names ahead of him?
That I would have not put ahead of him.
Now remember though, you've got to look at the criteria of why. Some of it is it's all based on the number of matches. It's all based on in that time frame. It's not based on his skill because Randy Orton's been in the top 5 many times before. It's just a matter of
But he's been around for a good year, hasn't he?
Okay. How many in that criteria, in that amount of time, how many matches has Kazuchika Okada had? He's not had very many matches. Don't get me wrong, he's had good matches, but he hasn't had very many.
Right.
And he's at number 11. I'm just saying. I mean, there are names that make sense, and then there are other names where it just seems like they're giving someone a reward because they are a great wrestler. And
all right, last question, Jimmy. I didn't mean to cut you up. I'm really, really sorry. Sorry.
No, don't be, man. That's cool.
Where's Josh Alexander?
Oh, I didn't see his name. Let me see.
I didn't see his name either today, and I'm sure I missed it.
So what was Jamie? I don't know if you have it there, or Daniel or Brian. What was the time frame of it? Was June to June?
I don't know.
It's usually June or July to June or July, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, so I can't give you but it tells you for the list. This is the criteria everything it says stuff on. So
Daniel, Daniel, you're in your truck. You're doing a podcast. You don't have any of your research. You don't have your Rohammer doll. What good are you doing tonight?
Apparently not.
Oh, you don't have the blow up doll.
Okay, so this.
I mean, I will say this: I was able to get on the Zoom call right away, though. I know that.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Shots fired. Oh, Psycho Mike is at 122. Shout out to Psycho Mike from right here in this area.
Good for him. So I just looked it up. The PWI uses a criteria like win-loss record, technical ability, influence on the sport, quality of competition, major feuds, prominence with their promotion, and overall activity.
Okay, what's the dates? What's the date from?
That's what I was looking up next. I was just looking up the criteria. Come on, you son of a
This is the time frame because like I said, I remember 3 years ago, Cody Rhodes was very low on the list or high.
Talk amongst yourself. It's going to take me a minute to find it.
And the reason being is because he was out for the torn pec, and so he missed like 6 or 7 months of the criteria time, or something like that.
Okay. I'm unless I missed it.
I missed it too. I didn't see Josh on there.
Because if I'm looking at 300, I'm at 300 now, where I'm at Trey Miguel at 300.
Okay.
I still haven't seen Josh.
So the evaluation period for this year's PW 500 was from August 1st, 2024 to July 31st of 2025.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
So
Well, here's what it is. As Daniel said, it's a fake list. And we'll have a fake list as well. And we'll go over the best we can on our criteria, and we'll probably, hopefully, be better. Not, no pun intended, but we're going to probably do a little more thought and process into this top 50, roughing it up. Referees.
If I can really, really quickly, what these lists are meant to do, they're supposed to be fun for having discussions and banter back and forth and say, no, are you kidding me? Why is this person here? And why is that person there? Why do they have him at number one? And why didn't, you know what I mean? It's meant to be fun. Unfortunately, in the environment we live in now, there's just too many people, the loud vocal minority online that just get, they just want to start a fight regardless. You know what? If you don't agree with some of the names on the list, don't agree with it. Big deal. Is it that big a deal, really?
All right. So last thing I'll say, can a tag team wrestler be on it?
No, I mean they can, yes, individually, but they also later on in the year they'll do the top 250 women and then the top like 20 or 30 tag teams or something like that.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
But yeah, they can. I have seen tag team wrestlers be on it if they also have individual matches. Like it just depends on how their booking goes. So a lot of that too is subject because it's based on the booking. So, like for example, you're looking at Josh Alexander not being on the list, right? You can't find him, but see how he was booked at the end of TNA run to how he's booked right now. AEW determines his number of matches and his feuds and all that stuff. So that's probably why you don't see him on the list.
Dirty Dom Mysterio, 48.